There's this evoking, you could say, or this inviting into the foreground of experience, or at least into a more prominent consciousness or awareness. This quality of seeing, and I'm calling it tonight, seeing through the eyes of spirit. This quality of seeing that is expressive of a sense of our eternal nature, that has that sense of eternity, that which is always and ever present for the whole of our experience, the highs and the lows and the difficulties and the joys. And that which is being evoked, that expresses as the eternal, and that functions through our body-mind instrument in this capacity of seeing as well as hearing and sensing and feeling. But for now I'm speaking about seeing. It gives us a sense of seeing things more clearly with a lot of the overlay of our interpretation of what's happening kind of receding more to the background or being supplanted, so that this more quiet, allowing seeing can predominate. Now, I understand that this can be challenging in moments where we really don't want things to be as they are, and we might be investing a lot of energy in that resistance. It's difficult sometimes to just shift into a different energetic that might allow this sense of our eternal seeing to move forward. But as you sit with a pointer like this, or you may have done so for quite a bit, that just naturally becomes easier to invite forward, and at least in more and more situations, if not all. It's my experience that this is almost like a muscle that can become stronger and stronger, and that's where it begins to touch upon a sense of faith, a kind of strength in feeling more of a kind of steadfast commitment to wanting to see more clearly things as they are. A kind of faith in the intelligence of life, or in the unfolding of life, and how life is in service to itself in many ways. Of course, we may see all kinds of examples to the contrary, but my challenge is really to see where this is true, where life seems to be kind of finding its way and has a certain order and intelligence that moves perhaps differently than we may observe in realms of resistance and conflict. And so a lot of times this quality of faith, this kind of steadfast commitment to seeing things more clearly as they are, versus investing in how we wish they were, for example, or wish they weren't. This kind of faith can be expressed as a kind of commitment. And often it's one of these kind of chicken or egg situations where the very commitment to see things as they are creates a sense of our own kind of compass being pointed toward this intention, and it can be an organizing principle that gives us a sense of alignment and kind of energetic strength that helps us walk into the unknown before us in a way where we have at least that very clear intention that we do know that helps guide us in the waters and territories where things may not be clear, which is quite often actually. And so part of that intention to see things more clearly as they are is a willingness to not have to always know in our minds, but have a real commitment of knowing what's important in our hearts and in our beings at the level of our deep intentions for living.